Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a overcast and grey Djuma Game Reserve. As you can see, the clouds have rolled in since yesterday, and it's quite cool and quite fresh, really, but a good sort of start, I think, to the afternoon. The wind has dropped at least, which should make for very good weather. My name is Tristan. On camera, I've got Mpo this afternoon. Always wonderful to have Mpo, and always wonderful to be back on Djuma. So we're going to try and see if we can head sort of down and to the southwestern parts of the reserve to go scratch around for Shadulu and Cub. Well, I can't actually believe how relaxed Molwati is this afternoon. We are not far from him at all. We managed to just creep round the bush and reposition, and I don't think we've got many shots of him in the daylight this relaxed, sitting right next to where we are. I mean, we are not even 15 meters from him anymore. So we've managed to just slowly creep up a little bit at a time, and you can see he's pretty chilled. I mean, this is as good a sighting as you could ever ask for of a leopard, and if anybody was on the car now, they would think that this is a very relaxed cat. He's kind of panting, he's sort of looking around. He got shouted at by a nyala just now, which is obviously what the oxpeckers were earlier. So they shouted at him briefly and moved on. But otherwise, we've got one happy, fat, full cat, and seemingly not at all bothered by our presence this afternoon, which is astounding. Like I say, in the evenings, it's one thing. I've seen him like this before at night, and I've seen people get images of him in the evenings, but not in the day, and not as relaxed as this, where he's sitting right out in the open. He's not sort of gotten himself behind very much. I mean, it looks like it's kind of through a bush, but there's legitimately one thing that's in the way between us and him. If Mpo comes out a little bit, you'll see how where he's lying is a pretty open sort of patch. It's actually not at all sort of thick. He's just in the open. He's just turned his back to us, facing the other way. Isn't that ridiculous? When have you ever seen this cat this relaxed? So cool. It's amazing because this leopard for a long time has given us the runaround, and many of us have had to try and track him and have failed and miserably. And it took me a long time to even actually see him properly for the first time. I was here for well over 2 years before I actually got a proper view of him. So to sit and see him like this is kind of makes it all worth it in the end. It means that slowly but surely, through viewing him little by little over the past while, it seems like the message is slowly kind of sinking in now that he doesn't need to worry when he's around a kill. I don't think you'll find him sitting like this just randomly without a kill. I think the kill is an anchoring point for him.
Sorry, I can't see which elephant you're on. See, this guy's getting irritated with, maybe it's the wind, I'm not sure, but look at him picking the grass, or the plants here, and then discarding them. Doesn't want them. They've perhaps got an aroma he doesn't like. Yes, Erica, I think they absolutely do. Their mothers and their cousins and their aunts. They definitely mirror the rest of the herd, the adults in the herd and the slightly older youngsters. They copy in the same way that humans copy. I think it's been very interesting having recently, well, in fact, what's the date today? The 17th? No, 16th. 10 months ago tomorrow, I became a father, and, being a person generally interested in biology, I have watched carefully the development of my own child and then likened it to the development of mammals, such as that little one there. And the comparisons are amazing, and obviously they're very different, but some of the things are very similar. And mirroring is definitely something I think that probably most mammals, especially socially complex ones, do.
We are with these young bulls. Is that daily process for an elephant, young males especially, pushing, playing fight, and enjoying their life while they're still all together? Because all that they do is developing of the skills and also exercise the muscles of the trunk and fighting experience, which is very great to see. All of them, if you look at the one on the right hand side and the left, they're doing the same. They look like it's time for them to really play a fight game here, which is unbelievable. You never know where to go because it's very, very exciting. Those two that are pushing and I mean really try to mount one another. It's actually all practices. It's not because this animal they can mate being as a male. It's all about if a female do this, what you gonna do, and all these skills they need to practice uh, amongst themselves. It's really amazing to see, unbelievable. You see, look at that. This is what normally elephant do as a young males.
Jamie, good question. Do the black dam males have separate names? Since they've been in the sands, we've just referred to them as the black dam males. I'm sure maybe further north, in their hometown, they might have had two separate names. But for now, up until they establish themselves and create a bit more of a rep and start holding some prides, black dam males will work for now. I can do a little bit more research into it this evening, see if they don't have two separate names. But as far as I know, it's black dam males. One definitely has a lighter mane than the other one. The guy's got a beard. So maybe Mandevu. That's the name of one of the lions up north. What's another? Inchebe. That's beard and Zulu if I'm not mistaken, but out of this area completely. Yep, here we go. Ooh, no stretch needed. Okay, a good 40 kilos of hippo with him. Taking it nice and easy. Hey, it's actually quite a beautiful boy. That face is quite cute.
This is the longest sighting we've ever had of, well, certainly that I've ever had of Molwati. I don't think we've had one this long before. With this kind of clear view of him, I mean, now it's 5 out of 5. If you were here as a guest, even you could be taking photos with your cell phone. That's how kind of open he is and sort of how clear it is. So we're very, 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 very spoilt by him at the moment. It's unusual, like I say, we just haven't really had this before with him. Well, anyway, it is that time though for us to say goodbye to all of you. Hopefully you've had a wonderful afternoon between lions and hyenas and elephants and leopards and lots of smaller things too. It seems like there's been a little bit of something for everybody. From all of us on this side, it's been an absolute pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow morning on our sunrise safari.